A hung jury in the trial against 24-year-old Alexander Romero, who is charged with intentional child abuse resulting in death, results in a mistrial Tuesday afternoon in Kimball County District Court. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a Kimball County District Court jury deliberated for more than 10 hours Monday and Tuesday, but shortly before 3 p.m. yesterday, District Judge Derek Weimer declared a mistrial because the jury was unable to come to a unanimous consensus on whether Alexander Romero was guilty or not guilty. The case is now set for a retrial this spring, and the court is working to find a date that works for the expert witnesses who testified during the first trial. Court records say last March, the unresponsive infant was brought to Kimball Health Services and died several days later. Romero says the child either fell off a futon or was injured when he tripped and fell while holding her. Romero could face 20 years to life in prison if convicted of the Class 1B felony charge. Well, 2 additional presumptive positive cases of COVID-19 in eastern Nebraska were reported to the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services late yesterday. Locally, school districts have been in frequent contact with the State Education Commissioner and public health officials discussing the situation, prevention steps, and what will take place if cases appear here in the Panhandle. Scottsbluff Superintendent Rick Myles says there have been discussions with Panhandle Public Health District.
They informed us that once we get to a point where we have 2 transmitted cases of COVID-19 within a region, that's when they'll start to look at closures. Now, what defines a region is a really good question.
Myles says it's also important for schools to coordinate with city officials and area businesses if a school closure comes to the Panhandle, as it would be uncharted territory for the region. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer in with a very volatile midweek forecast here on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy. Supporting local jobs. Giving back to our community. Investing in entrepreneurship. Making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyoming area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, we're going to actually have some weather to talk about here over the next several days. Partly cloudy, breezy conditions tonight. Temps down into the 50s as we go through the evening hours. A few showers around early tomorrow morning, and then rain or snow showers make their way in for early tomorrow. So temps are going to begin to fall. We have more active weather coming with the chance of snow again Friday. That's one we're going to have to keep our eye on. More snow coming next week as well. We're going to have a very active forecast. 63 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 31. Nothing in the rain gauge yesterday. Didn't add anything more to our month or yearly totals. And as you can see, we've been well above normal pretty much all the last 2 weeks. But that is coming to a screeching and crashing halt here over the next several days. We have temps well into the 60s and even a couple of low 70s sneaking on the maps here. Yet late this afternoon, 68 Ogallala, 65 in Valentine, 64 Scottsbluff, Lusk 57, Cheyenne down at 58. Winds have been gusty all day. They've come down, but we've had wind gusts over 60 miles an hour today. The winds really got with the program, and that is unfortunately leading to some very windy conditions out there. Rain and snow showers as you get on the bus tomorrow. Don't be surprised to see a few of those. They should clear out, and mostly cloudy skies on your way home after that morning rain and snow disappear. Looking at Futurecast tonight, we're going to see cloudy skies. This disturbance that brings in the colder air comes from the northwest. By early tomorrow morning, it's going to be a promise, and that's when we're going to start to see some of that shower and snow activity. Can't rule out a flurry tonight. Lows down into the 20s and 30s. For tomorrow, then, here comes that system. It pushes through. It's not going to produce a ton of rain and snow, but a little out there to start your day. By afternoon, it really starts to clear out a little bit, and we could have decreasing clouds later on in the day. It's going to be cold, though, here across the region, and clouds continue to filter through on into early Friday morning when we could be dealing with another chance of snow, and more significant snow at that on Friday. Temps tomorrow, much colder than where we were today. Shave at least 25 degrees off of some of those highs out there. Precip as far as actual liquid moisture, a little bit out there. As you can see through noon Friday, we start to bring in a little bit of activity. Most of that coming late on in that period, and that snow will start to kick in as well, and we will see that coming your way as we get closer into the area, but less than an inch of snow right now through noon time on Thursday, and that is really all that we're looking at for the next 24 hours. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, or through noon Friday rather. Friday afternoon and evening is when we're going to start to probably experience some more of that snow. Increasing clouds, a few flurries or snow showers, 35 for a low. A morning mix of rain and snow. Otherwise, much colder tomorrow. Temps only in the low 40s, and we're not going to get much better than that for most of the next 7 days. Windy, snow comes in Friday afternoon and Friday night. Accumulating snow looks like a good bet. Could be dealing with some significant snow, possibly just to our south and east. Highs in the upper 30s is all. We're in the low 40s on Saturday with breezy conditions. Back into the 50s. Sunday looks like maybe a decent day before we bring in rain and snow chances, primarily snow for most of next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Rain and snow showers continue across the area as we remain quite active over most of the next 7 days.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
When we combine our energy, we're able to accomplish incredible things and take on the greatest challenges. We're stronger than we could have ever been alone, because our energy works better together. Tri-State and Wheatbelt Public Power District. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Welcome back. Charges were filed late last week against the man that Bayard police say led them on a Valentine's Day evening pursuit that ended with the crash of two vehicles, including a Bayard police cruiser. 27-year-old Michael Fiskus of rural Mitchell is charged with operating a motor vehicle to avoid arrest, obstruction, and criminal mischief. Scanner traffic indicated that Bayard police tried to initiate a traffic stop near the Tiger Paws convenience store, and the driver fled at a high rate of speed. Both the pickup and the cruiser crashed on County Road 104, and charges against Fiskus were filed on March 6th He's scheduled to be arraigned on the charges on April 15th in Morrill County Court. Sticking with the courts, as a Scottsbluff County jury has convicted a local woman on a meth possession charge, but found her not guilty on a charge of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. 27-year-old Dayanara Marufo was arrested during an October traffic stop where officers found methamphetamine, marijuana, and a 9mm handgun. On Monday, the jury found Marufo guilty on the drug charge, but not guilty on the firearm charge. Sentencing has been set for April 17th. And a man who called the Chadron Police Dispatch Center and threatened a police officer's life has been sentenced to jail. 33-year-old Thomas Catches of Chadron was sentenced to 1 year in jail after pleading no contest to an amended charge of attempted terroristic threats. He did receive credit for 177 days already served. Chadron Police Chief Tim Lordino said in a release that it is very uncommon to receive a phone call at the police department directly threatening an officer's life on a recorded police line. Well, straight ahead, the Scottsbluff boys basketball team receives a proper send-off this morning as they head to Lincoln for a crack at a Class B championship. Chris Cottrell has that story in sports right after the break.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
For the card-carrying fan, get your Husker Visa debit card so you can take the game with you. Free with First Free Checking.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
The coronavirus and state boys basketball collide in a momentous decision today out of Lincoln. Lincoln and Lancaster County health officials, along with the NSAA, made a huge decision this morning. The boys state basketball tournament will go on, but with limited fan access. Due to coronavirus fears, the decision was made to limit fans in the stands to parents, siblings, grandparents, and spouses. School athletic directors will be in charge of putting those pass lists together. Working media will also be allowed to attend, and we will have the Scottsbluff versus Alliance game tomorrow night as scheduled. Since the games will be played, let's get to it. A then positive and upbeat fan turnout this morning for the Scottsbluff boys as they headed out of town for Lincoln. For the Cats, it's their 9th appearance in the state tournament in the last 10 years, a staple program around the state. I turned the camera over to senior Sebastian Harsh for a quick moment this morning. He asked head coach Scott Golian about the blowout loss last year to eventual state champ Pius and their ability to try and bounce back at state this season.
You know, they're going to play hard. I know they're hungry. Didn't like the way it ended up last year, and these guys have been ready to go and focused in practice. You know, Sebastian Harsh has been a fourth coach for us during practice, getting on those guys, making sure they're playing hard. So they're going to be ready to go.
It's a long trip for a familiar matchup. Scottsbluff will take on Alliance in round 1 tomorrow night. It'll be the third game of the season between these two old rivals.
We've played them 3 times already. Joel Baker's going to try to score a bunch for them. They got a bunch of guys that can shoot it. Big inside. Kason Clark's been playing really well, being more aggressive. So, we got to get them off the 3-point line and then make sure we only give them 1 shot.
So far, the Cats have won all 3 times this season over the Bulldogs by about an average of 10 points per ball game. This team has been led by senior guard Josiah Diolas all year long. He's averaging 20 points a game. One final trip for him and some of his best friends.
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's kind of sad as my last time playing in a Bearcats jersey, but it's time to keep going and move to the future.
We'll have round 1 coverage from the Devaney Center as scheduled tomorrow night on 106.9 The Trail, streaming online as well. That'll get underway at 5:45 for pregame. 5:45 Mountain Time. Should be a surreal atmosphere and environment for Boys State basketball tomorrow night. Scottsbluff and Alliance tip off in Lincoln at 6. It's a long spring break road trip for the WNCC baseball team. They changed up the schedule due to some weather concerns down in Arizona today. Instead of 1 game yesterday against South Mountain Community College, they played 2, lost both, and now they get today off before games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday down in the Phoenix area. And schedule changes again for the Cougar softball team this weekend. Here's how it looks after some adjustments to the weekend schedule were made yesterday. Softball looking to bounce back from dropping 3 of 4 last weekend at home to Western Texas College. Cougar women's basketball leaving this weekend for Lubbock, Texas, as they play next week in the national tournament. Check our Monday edition from here at the TV Sports Desk for a feature on the Lady Cougar basketball team with some reaction to their draw from head coach Chad Gibney. That is the latest today from right here at the First National Bank TV Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan back to check the community calendar right after this on KNEB.TV.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payment. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scottsbluff, your volume discount dealer.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Winter is upon us, and while safety is an important consideration all year long, there are some auto maintenance and safety checks that are specific to winter driving. To be sure you don't end up a road popsicle, take your vehicle to High Tech Auto and let Terry's team help you get an upper hand on Old Man Winter.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer a highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, this year's Old West Balloon Fest and U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships will be an even bigger event than in years past. Balloon Fest Executive Director Colleen Johnson has announced the addition of Canadian national competition in conjunction with the 2020 U.S. National Hot Air Balloon Championships. Johnson says that the addition grew out of last year's U.S. Championship when international pilots were invited to take part to round out the fields to 50.
They just started getting a lot of feedback from Canadian pilots that they wanted to come down and compete. Now, internationally, those pilots, their scores don't count. They were just coming to practice. So enough Canadian pilots showed interest, and they haven't had a Canadian Nationals in 3 years. So that's how the conversation kind of started about them having a national competition for them so they can go to Worlds and compete.
The Canadian pilots will compete alongside the U.S. pilots, with top 3 competitors from each nation qualifying for the 2021 World Championships. The competition balloons will be joined by 30 to 40 Old West Balloon Fest entries during the August event, with a minimum of 80 balloons expected for the KNEB Night Glow at Five Rocks Amphitheater. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.